Yes, guys, and welcome from me, Championship Manager 0102, the free-man game. Now, I was going to do an update on Facebook with screenshots and a write-up, and I tend to copy it and put it onto the forums as well. But then I wanted to do a video anyway for the benefit of YouTube. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this video, then I'm just going to post it over the forums and Facebook just to save me a bit of time, because I felt that it needed a video. We've come to the end of season 140, so quite the fucking milestone. Really is quite the milestone. 140 comes to a close, and I didn't want to put any spoilers as the game loaded up there, so you can see what I've started on. We are all world class. Where do we start? Ready? We start with the league. And it starts like this. We did it. That was absolutely. It went down to the final game of the season. It went to the final game of the season where a draw. We would have won the title with a draw, but I'll tell you what was crucial, right? And it was only 2 games before. It was that Monday, so 9 days ago. What a fucking crucial day that was, because I was really pessimistic to get a result at Pep, and he took the lead. So for me to get the result was crucial and massive for me. But at the same time, for Ian, for Ian to draw was just, it was, what's the word I want to use? It was a joy. It was a joy. So, you know, we had to wait to the last game of the season, but we did it. And you've got to feel for Ian, really, because 131 goals, 103 points, and he's come out second best. And I just think, you know, over the course of the season, he's been a bit unlucky. I think we've just been ruthless. But of course, what that's meant for us is we have set a new record, a new solo record of 6 successive titles in a row. Of course, we held this record before of 5 in a row, which Ian matched, and then we matched it again with Man City. But the idea was to try and break the record again on our own, and we have done 6, and this is going to be a hell of a record to try and beat. 6 in a row, and of course next season we're going to go for 7 in a row. For Pep, it's another season without the title for Pep. His season was over long before we got to that final game, but I was still pessimistic that he would play a part in the title given that game. Let me just show you that game again. You know, we did deserve it, obviously, and he had the lead. So I was fuming a little bit. I was really fuming. Okay, so that is the league, and we have made it 6 in a row. Over to the League Cup. Ready, steady, boom! Woo-hoo! It was an all Manchester derby, and we took it. It took extra time, and funnily enough, we had a Champions League game a few days after this. We both did, me and Ian. And it was crucial because the players weren't fit. Fortunately, we were both playing AI. I think it would have been more crucial if we were playing a fellow human. But there you see. We took the League Cup, or shall I say? We took the League Cup. We defended the League Cup. And that is now 3 in a row. Over to the FA Cup. Ready, steady. Boom! It was a repeat run of the League Cup final, and we took it, deservedly so. Now, there was an interesting thing on this, right? I noticed Ian actually moved to direct play. Very, very rare that he changes, but he did move to it. And the only reason I spotted that is because on a couple of the games that I've played Ian, I noticed he makes a tactical change after 1 minute. Now, I say tactical change. I think what that means is we kick off, and he instantly looks at my setup of tactics and changes his accordingly, or changes his accordingly to combat mine, which is fair enough. You know, it's a little bit strange because I don't have that philosophy. I don't have the philosophy of looking at my opponent's tactics because I'm not going to work around their tactics. I want them to work around mine. You work to mine. You know, you make the changes. But yeah, deservedly so, and we take the FA Cup for the 4th successive year. So we've retained that. So 4 in a row, 6 in a row in the league, 3 League Cups in a row, 4 FA Cups in a row. Let me remind you that I hold the record for number of FA Cups, which I believe is about 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 8 in a row. Back in the days of Chelsea. That was me. In terms of the League Cup, Pep holds that. And got to remember how many Pep's got now. Long time ago that Pep had it. It's over here somewhere, I'm sure. Maybe not. I can't remember where it is. Here it is. Is that it? 6 in a row? I think that's Pep's then. 6 in a row. Yeah, there it is. 6, yeah, it is. 6 in a row. So Pep's got the record on that. Over to the Champions League. Ready, steady. You can't script it. You cannot script it, can you? Man United in the final again. So I don't know who's more pissed off at their season, Ian or Pep. But we went 1-0 down. We deserved that. And I'll be honest with you, right? I was telling Matt about this game. Is when I'm playing Pep or Ian, I actually cover half the screen. So I cover, what I do is I put 2 boxes up, and it's normally 2 hamachi boxes, where I obstruct the match report that's going on. So 1 across the middle, and I also obstruct my goal tally. So all I can see is how many goals Ian has scored. So, got to half-time, because I could see the time. I got to half-time, I thought, right, he scored, so I know he scored. I'm just hoping I'm at least level. 1-0 down, very pissed off. Let me see if I made any changes. I didn't make any changes, it looks like. Did I? I did, sorry. Yeah, I took off, I made a change at the defence because I think we had a lot of yellow cards circulating around. Made a change. Started the second half off, covered the screen again, like that, was on that. So I had down the middle, covered mine. And I actually covered, I think I made 3 boxes because I covered the minutes as well. Because you can tell if a game is going to extra time by the minutes, because it will reset to 90. Before it got to the end, of course, the tactics screen came up because of that injury to my Colombian meme machine over there. So I thought, oh, for fuck's sake. At this point, I don't know the score. Because the tactics screens come up, I've got all these boxes, and it's going to be an injury or a red card. I go onto my tactics screen, and I see that Mosquero's got 2 goals, and Figueroa's got 2 goals. And to be honest with you, I knew Ian was still on 1 goal, hoping that maybe I'm 1-1, maybe turn it to 2-1. I see I'm 4-1 up. I didn't even make a substitute on 90 minutes, because I was that fucking, like, shocked to say the least. I was a bit pissed off that my Colombian main striker got injured, but I think I can forgive him, can't I? More about him in a moment. So we have retained the Champions League for a 2nd season running. That is 4 in 5 years, or should we say 5 in 7 years. Absolutely unbelievable. I'm just going to work out who's got the record here. I think Ian's got the record here. I'm pretty sure. Let's just check. I want to say, I'm pretty sure Ian's got the record of 5 in a row right here for the Champions League. So it's nice to see Ian has that record, just like Pep's got the League Cup record. So let me remind you now then that first time ever, I think, one of us have retained the quad. Because I did the quad last season and I retained it. And the bizarre thing, right, is cast your mind back to the season before last, where Pep denied me the quad by beating me in the Champions League final over here. Now, not only did he deny me the quad there, he denied me the Magnificent 7, as we would call it, because that particular season I'd won the Charity Shield, the Intercontinental Cup, sorry, it's 8, isn't it? The Intercontinental Cup, the Super Cup, the Shield, and also the World Club Cup. So, I call it the Magnificent 7, or the Great 8, shall we say. The Great 8, it denied me the Great 8. But this season, I achieved the Great 8. We won the Charity Shield on penalties against Pep at the very start of the season. A bit harsh. We won the Intercontinental Cup, and we won the Super Cup. And then, of course, we had the World Club Cup, which took place over here, which we beat Fiorentina. So quite a fairy tale season for me, it really was. And I think it is a team display. It's a team effort, shall I say. And look at that, what a fucking season. He's still only 28. 95 goals. I didn't actually realise how many goals he actually smashed in, but 95 goals. A lot of people say, how do you get 100 goals? Well, you know, it's not about wib-wobbing, it's not about man marking the goalkeeper, it's not about centralised tactics, it's just about having a good team around you. You know, that is key. And in all fairness, right, it's a bit like real life when the strikers are always getting the Ballon d'Or. And I'll give you an example on this, right? Because Lionel Sanchez, my Colombian here, 27 assists, 15 goals. What a fucking season. He's going to be 31. I still think he's got another good season ahead of him. Grasso, 57. I mean, look at that, 22 assists. What a fucking performance from defensive midfield. Absolutely brilliant. He is absolutely massive for me. Figueroa, who's currently injured for a few days, 28 assists on the left. And the left wing is my strongest position. So many players vowing for a place on the left that he's kept it his own. I don't like to put a left-only player on the right, which is, of course, he does play on the right, but left, I don't like it. This guy, Andrew Morgan, which is a Ryan Giggs regen, he's a natural left winger, as you can see, but he does play central. I can't play him on the left because of Figueroa, but look how well he's done for me in the middle. He's played alongside Sanchez in my middle, and how fucking great has he done for me. Basso has played up just behind my out-and-out striker all season. That is a Neymar regen. Absolute phenomenal season. No one really is a regular basis on the right wing. We had a few players that have played. That's the Eden Hazard regen. In goal, we did have an injury at one point, so a bit of a share of the games. 47 there, 28 there. Defence. Now, Bettini, he's had a good hatful of games, 51. Selly, 55. Aruco, 22. Christians, he's had 49. Ortiz has had a hatful of games. I'm going to fuck him off. Don't want to fuck him off because I think he looks the bollocks, but it's just done shit. We brought in this guy, Calatuyud, and we paid a lot of money for him, to be honest with you. Well, 9.5. And he started out well, but he did get me a red card, I'm sure. Yeah, he did. He got me a red card. But he looks good. He looks really, really good. So very, very pleased with him. And we also brought in a couple of players, actually. We brought in this guy here. We haven't played him yet, but I like the look of him. Mateus de Silva Diniz. Not sure if I might put him to the resis, ain't decided. We also brought this guy, Verdi Rami. We've given him one game, he got an assist, and did all right, didn't he? Did all right for me. We've still got, so many quality players. I mean, my backup defensive midfielder did well when he came in. Jimenez, 32 years of age, did really well when he came in. Did really well when he came in. Pamic, the Luka Modric regen, did really well when he came in. We haven't got a backup striker, not an out-and-out striker anyway. Bleeder did okay when he came in. Robben regen did all right when he came in, but he's getting on now. I don't want to sell him. You may recall last season I didn't want to sell Jimenez or Koeman because I felt maybe they could still play a part, and I think it's fair to say they did. They have played a part. There is no doubt about that. So, in terms of looking at next season, I haven't really thought about next season, to be honest with you. I don't know if we've got any deals in the pipeline. Right, yeah, we have. Now, this player here, this is going to get cancelled because that is not 6.5 million. I think you'll find it's about 15, 16 million with appearances. It keeps getting blocked by the board. Ian's been getting him blocked. I've been getting him blocked. And, of course, after the window closes, it'll probably get blocked again. But what a fucking player he is. And I really want him. And I think he'll be a good player. So he's the only player that I've got. So, what can I say? For me, absolute fairy tale. I'm keeping an eye on my little fucking Anthony Hart, my Trinidad and Tobago midfielder. I don't want to put him in, I don't want to banish him to the resis, to be honest with you, but I am using attacking midfielders in my setup because they haven't put a foot wrong. I'm using this guy here, Selly. I want a mid defender who's got good passing ability because I've got that arrow on him. Absolutely phenomenal. I can't. It sounds really pig-headed. I can't praise myself enough. But take nothing away from the guys. I mean, let's have a look at something with Ian. You look at his last 6 seasons where I've won the title, 98, 95, 90, 103 points. Fabulous season. Look at 45, 46. He won the title with 103 points. He won the title over here in 42 to 43 with 101 points. He won the title over here in 38, 39 with 101 points. So to finish runners-up with 103 points is incredible. It really is incredible. We will just have a quick point out on his best player, Koemans. I thought he might have flogged Koemans, but he's proved me wrong. He kept him for another season, and he hasn't let him down. But you may recall something I said about Koemans. How pissed off is he? Another 63 goals, his best season for Ian, and he didn't win a trophy. How fucked off is he? I really feel for Ian because he's had another trophyless season. I think that is, is that 4 now? 4 seasons now without a trophy, I think. You've got to feel for him. Chow, great season from Chow, and I think he'll be involved next season. I think Koemans will go now. And if he proves me wrong, he proves me wrong. Ian's certainly got some... he does blend a lot of players in. He does a really good job in that sense. For Pep, Pep's best player, I think it's got to be that Messi regen, surely. No, he's second, Lima. But again, another trophyless season for the great Messi regen, who I have tried to make a deal with Pep. Pep's not entertaining it. He really isn't. Well, that's interesting, Pepe. Oh, I didn't realise that, you cheeky... So Pep obviously went to that formation. Now, is that exactly my formation? I love it, Pep. I love that Pep went to that. Now let's just have a look at his last game and he didn't win it. Oh my days. The problem is Pep, right? Going to the formation, it's about the quality. I mean, Pep's not designed to have the wingers, whereas I am. Let me just have a check now then. So he lost to me. What did he play against me? I see. So you played that against me. Let's just check. He drew at Leicester. You see, say Pep's gonna. I know how Pep works. Pep's gonna think, do you know what? I tried it and it just didn't work. But it's not about it not working. You see, so yeah, he didn't do it there. I didn't actually check any of this. So when Pep trialed my formation, it wasn't successful at all. I think if he's going to go to that formation, he's got to purchase for it. He's got to purchase, and I think his pride won't say to me, Are you getting rid of any wingers? Because if I was, if he did, I probably would, to be honest with you. I'd probably consider. If the deal's right, I'd consider getting rid of Price. But the deal would be right, and I think Pep knows I'd want that Messi regen. I would probably offload something like, right, truth be told here, I would probably offload, a deal that would suit Pep would be something like this right winger, and maybe even Price as well. I would offload them both in exchange for the Messi regen. 2 quality players, right? But Pep, I mean, maybe even Andrew Morgan. Mansilla, I'll put him into a deal. But Pep's pride will not let him ask me. I know, which is fine. I get that. I sometimes say to the guys, anybody getting rid of a defender? And it's always about a deal. It's always about a deal. I'm actually really shocked by that formation. This guy, Katara, that is a Drogba regen. Now, oh no, sorry, it's not Drogba regen. That's the guy he got off me. His Drogba regen, funnily enough, if I just show you Pep's squad, it is him, Dumbia. He went AWOL. And, what do you do? What do you do when you've got an AWOL player? It's a bit shit, isn't it? I don't know. Let's just have a look if Pep's got any future transfers. So we can get a rough idea if he is. So he's got to play with the wind at Ballesteros, I think I remember him getting him. He's a good prosperous. He looks a good prosperous striker, to be fair. And he's getting a... That's a Laba. Is it Laba? Or not a Laba. Alba. For me, I think he's absolutely brilliant left back. He's more a left back than a left winger. So I would imagine he's going to... Who knows? Who knows what Pep has got up his sleeve? The bottom line is he needs to have something up his sleeve because... He needs to do something. He really does. Let's have a look if Ian's got any... No, nothing in the pipeline over there from Ian. So, let's just take a look now then. Pep is the only player out of the three of us that is involved in international. And he, of course, it's a World Cup year. The World Cup 2154. Pep is at the World Cup then with England. Expectations? Well... I think if you look at that, I think England have got to be amongst the favourites. I think he's going to need to get to the final. I feel if Pep, semi-final at bare minimum, anything less than semis, he'll have to resign because I think they'll sack him otherwise. But who knows? Who knows? And then there's a question, will there be a return to international management from me and Ian? I think if Pep gets sacked by England or leaves England, I think Ian will go for England. You know, it doesn't really bother me, the internationals. So that's the three-man game. So, like I said at the start of the video, I thought I'd do it like this for the benefit of the Facebook group. Ordinarily, I don't think we like to put YouTube, because I don't want you to think it's an advert. It's just pure, well, it's a cross of laziness, and it's a better update than me writing it. I feel. And it promotes my channel. So, I've got no intentions to leave Man City whilst I'm on 6 in a row. Let me just put that out there right now, because I know Pep would love me to leave, and I truly believe Ian would as well. But I've got no desire to leave. If I look at my my overall squad here, you know, Sanchez has definitely got another 2 years in him. I feel he's got at least 2 years in him. And, you know, I mean, he's had more assists this season than any other season for me. I mean, look at that. Since I brought Sanchez, 4 titles. So he's been massive, absolutely fucking crucial for me. He's had more assists than any other season that I've had him, even when I had him at Chelsea. So, he ain't going anywhere. I ain't really going to be flogging anybody else. Maybe Jimenez. Koeman, maybe. I mean, that depends, really. If I was to make any deal with Pep, or anyone for that matter, with a winger going, then who knows? That could change things. In defence, Javi Ortiz has come in. He's done a good job. He's got that passing ability for that middle slot that I was telling you about. So I've got no intention to sell him. If there's any player I might sell over here, it's going to be Hai Yu. Now, let me know if anyone's had any experience with Chinese players, because let me show you this, right? He was with China for literally the whole of fucking September and October, and he was just unavailable. Absolute fucking nightmare. And as you can see, he's done shit for me, so I am actually going to fuck him off. He can go. I will want to get another defender in. I will certainly want to get another defender in. But that being said, we have got some strong defenders that could make the step up. I think there's no doubt about that. I'm a big fan of trying to get players out on loan where I can. I actually went with the option of only having 2 goalkeepers in my seniors and 2 in the resis. I did have one of these, I think it's Pope, named in my Champions League though, just in case, which was lucky because I did have, when I had that injury, I had a Champions League game, so Pope came to the seniors for a place on the bench. We've got players, let's have a look now then, see, he's done awful, but I don't judge that. I judge on how they look, and then when they get an opportunity for me. I am looking at maybe selling Lysmos. I may just fuck him off. And up top, I mean, Peacock, he's great, isn't he? He's a fucking great striker. But I can't give him games. Young Blood, if that's how you call it, Young Blowyard. Now, I've got to show you this guy, right, because I gave him a hatful of games, and then I got a loan offer for him, so I accepted the loan offer, but just look at what he did for me in 4 games. Absolutely insane, wasn't it? And then a loan offer, because I brought him into my seniors for a bit because I didn't have an actual striker, and I think I had players. I think it was when I had the I can tell when it was Continental. I'm sure it was probably in the World Club Cup around about that time, and or whenever. Yeah, it would have been. In fact, let's just let me just clarify that. It would have been, because he's not at an age that I would have named him. So let's just no, Mosquero got 5. Yeah, he got a hat-trick there, you see. He got a hat-trick there. Was he in the final as well? Yeah, he got a hat-trick in the final as well. So a hat-trick in the final against Fiorentina. A hat-trick in the semi-final. Did he get any? No, so Mosquero got 5 there. Did he get any there? And 4 there. 4 there. So, you know, he really, you know, fucking insane, weren't it? But the fact that the offer came in, because he was still loan listed, and you know what, the World Club Cup, it can be a little bit difficult. It's historically, it proves to be a curse for whoever's in it on their assault on the title, which it could have well done that. And as you can see, it did, because we lost to Gillingham right there. Look at that, 1 day before. So I was fucking seething. I was seething at that. And when we started the session, I don't know if it was yesterday or the previous session, I drew with Wolves. Where was it now? It must have been a session before. We drew with Wolves, so I was a little bit fucking angry. I was really angry with that. Then, of course, we gained that back when Ian drew when we beat Pep. You know, it was almost emotional. I mean, if that don't deserve a fucking statue, then I don't know what does. What's next for Ian and Pep? Well, we spoke about Pep and what I think. I don't think Pep's going to go anywhere. I don't think any of them are going to go anywhere. And I think Pep, will he make a change of formation? I don't know. For Ian, I think we'll have an overhaul with Ian. I think if Pep doesn't win the World Cup, I think he'll resign. I think he'll resign regardless, and then I think Ian will go for that job personally. Probably because it would just be nice to participate on another front when his domestic form is not his form, but it's being shit. I mean, it's being shit because mine's been in good form, so it makes it look shit. Particularly for Ian, because he hasn't won a trophy in so fucking long. You know, let's just see, the last time he won the FA Cup then. Ian last won the FA Cup in 21-46. The last time he won the Premier League, oh, for fuck's sake, was 48. League Cup 47. So, and the Champions League 40. So the league was the last title he won. Am I reading that right? So he's had, I'm just going to double check that actually. So the Champions League 46. Yeah. Champions League 46. The FA Cup 46. The FA Cup 46. I thought it was a League Cup, to be honest with you. The League Cup 47. And the League... So that's 6 trophyless seasons. 6 trophyless seasons. I didn't realise. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So 6 and 2 for Pep, obviously. Okay, so that is that then. And that is where we're at, guys. That is where we're at. The game just, it doesn't get boring. It does not get boring for me. And I will look at the job list for what it's worth. Nothing's available. So, Pep, nothing available for you. And a quick gander now for anyone, of interest. Let's just take a look now at some of the teams in the Premier League. Wolves have finished 4th. They finished 4th last season. Of course, you probably spotted I got them in the Champions League was it quarters or the semis? So I wasn't looking forward to that. Nuneaton Town, as they were then known when this game, when we first started it back in 2013. Chelsea, another bad season from them. First Division. Let's take a look at the league. Let's look. Morecambe are coming to the Premier League. Let's take a look at the Second Division. Kidderminster Harriers are going up. No, we're not done the playoffs here, are we? Peterborough, my old club, are down. And let's take a look at the Third Division, the bottom tier. Let's take a look. Torquay, Swansea City, Leeds, Sleeping Giant, Alfreton, Arsenal. Let's just see something. Rich. I'm just saying, they're rich. It is available. It could become available. Hang on. 54, well, he ain't retiring anytime soon, is he? Liverpool. Liverpool are there. Pep is a big Man United fan, so there's no way in hell Pep would ever take a Liverpool job. Everton are out of the Football League. Biggest regret, of course, on this game is that I've only got the English League playable, not even lower league. So Everton are out. I'm sure that's not the first time, though. There you go. That's what I thought. Now, I remember asking Steve Harl, one of the data update guys, how they determine the lower league teams, which one get the entry into the Football League. And I'm sure he said it's on reputation if you haven't got the lower leagues. And the thing about that, right, is Everton have been relegated. So probably within a couple of seasons, they'll probably come back up through reputation. Well, maybe not then, actually, because look at this. Yeah, that's totally put a spanner in that, because look at this. So they got relegated in 39-40. So they didn't come up then, and they were never involved in the league. 39-40. And they came back 51-52 for 3 seasons, and now they're relegated again. How fucking great is that? So that is it, guys. That is the 3-man game with a nice in-depth update for you guys. Until next time from me, it's take it easy.